launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Wednesday, September 7th, 2022. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Once again, we are back and better than ever with another brand new edition of Recap Wednesday. We only had one show on the docket last weekend, but if you're a classic physique fan, the Southwest Muscle Classic delivered all you could ask for, especially your winner, Valentin Petrov, who looked fantastic on his way to clinching his first Olympia berth. Will Sage brought home the runner-up spot, which was the highest finish of his pro career, while third place went to Iran's Zanyar Ghanapur, who finished strong during the night show to help him push past fourth place finisher Matt Maldonado. And rounding out the top 5, we had former junior national champ Jared Keys. Now, for as impressive as the classic physique lineup was at the Southwest Muscle Classic, the bigger story here was probably the featured guest poser for the evening, because Breon, Ansley, Shaaban, and Ahmed Elsadany went out there and wowed everyone in the building. Even though these three feel like an odd pairing together, one of the things you take away from the video is that they all did seem to complement each other well. And it was interesting to see the bigger, thicker version of Breon having to trade shots with someone like Mo, who probably outweighs him by at least 30 pounds. It isn't all that often that we have a chance to see three premier bodybuilders from different divisions share the stage, especially when they're all in the process of preparing for the biggest event of the season. And if we're lucky, maybe we'll be able to sneak one more of these in before the end of the fall, which would really be something, because at that point, they'll all definitely be firing on all cylinders heading into the home stretch. Even though we don't have any other pro action to cover from the past weekend, we do have a few updates for you today, including the latest from perennial men's physique Olympia threat, Kyron Holden, who looks like he's gearing up for his second contest of the season. According to reports, Kyron's just over 4 weeks out from his next show, and judging by the timeline, that would put him right in line to compete at the Legion Sports Festival, which would be bad news for everyone else in that lineup, because he's already brought home top honors there 3 other times in his career. It's hard to say that Kyron's a forgotten man in the division when you take into account the fact that he's finished in the top 4 at the Olympia in each of the last 3 seasons. It is fair to say that he doesn't generate as much attention as some of the other big names in men's physique, despite the fact that his resume is good as anyone's. A 100% Kyron Holden is damn near impossible to stop in the division. So if he shows up on his game at the Legions, that's going to be all she wrote, because I don't see anyone else being able to slow him down. And our final update of the day comes to you courtesy of the most talked about amateur athlete in bodybuilding, Michael Krizo, who recently confirmed that he is in fact planning to compete at the Amateur Olympia in Italy 4 weeks from now, where he'll be looking to earn his IFBB Pro card, which would potentially give him an opportunity to earn a late qualification to compete at the Olympia in December. Now, assuming Michael does show up and take care of business like most people are predicting, the next stop for him would be the EVLS Prague Pro a few weeks later, at which point the hype train will probably be in overdrive, because this guy has generated as much buzz as anyone in the entire bodybuilding world has over the last few months. And assuming everything goes according to plan, by the end of the month, there's a very real possibility that we need to start having conversations about whether or not he's a dark horse contender who could potentially find a way to upset the balance of power in the top 6. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.